Awia yakwaya yaba abedwafo aye krado enti yebehye nkomo twetwe no asiara nesa ena no pay birthday wish bi o ma me fantwam na fe ye nto aso ena Stephanie Chanchanhene uko school Holy Child Secondary School a wo Cape Coast ena wonya 17 years enti o ma me Mrs Chanchanhene na ebusuafo nyina se o ma happy birthday ena no pay ma mfasa ho kwan na menchia Nana ejene mboaten amoama hene anope me wache anafe kona hene nso anope me ma wache ani nyina wasantema ansantimantem ma mu nyina ache anope na mabo wura chebi na abonti dom hene kurura anope me ma wache na mechia osagefo amwatia ofori pani no nso anope oni na tra konya nyina ani me ma me na nadoku ya anope mamu nyina achi anopai enne ebedi nkomo na womo a abekamensa ewofie ha ema me be hihye nkomo twetwe yi ase dotin benkum so pe do wa heye onunyamfo Ebenezate Labi oklete te Labi ono ewa ha ebedi nkomo oba wandi samo yokundin ena fe Bernard Mona a political analyst wono so ahye fugu address ekura say akofna no kura o say danyo animinum echire obechirichire ho me yatumi ahu na fe owura Carlos Kingsley ahenkura wono na ye Tama West emra hye bedwani oba ade ama NPP ama yeku na bedwa forma mu nyina ache ama makwa abanso
yeah me
bibia boko
ya me ado
de ase
What a room. No wife.
Medase.
There be a grab of wife, and you say, and I broso.
Some to say, oh, back.
Usicaba, maybe.
Oh, brass, so the old say, no, dear. Yabrabo.
Why you so on showing him?
Bending.
Now, last week we can be. I'm Bernard about 52 times for 2023. I go could you bring and say card cry. Some guys can never buy income. Why hamper beer?
Oh, Ebiana.
Oh, Father Dixon won't even know. Only Father Dixon.
And the guy may train by your show. A
China jumper and Muslim
Father Dixon, son, and the Subite. There be a yana or the fan changing. And Baha.
Hey, what my president and son come.
Prince Wati.
The Maya so. Yeah, dear, boo.
Hey, Bernard. I someone can show you.
My share.
Okay, I don't know, Pemumi in Commoner. Yes, some free the Akoso a war Bawku. A Kamea said last week, any chance I can want some. Last Saturday, extensively, you did home critical issues. So, we share video be and social media. There's a new create to I say war zone now, and fatal my Ghana. At the end, the air cost Bawku. We share most of the newspapers, especially, I think, say Daily Graphic. I can see be and Minyaya Anka can want some. Can want some
Daily Graphic
and Daily Graphic one. And maybe cry for a demonstration. Echo military barracks a woho. Ama omoko nipa bonfu ekura akwa kuku Bolga Technical University Penny Bawku ho no omotumi akukunu. Nti ama asem no aye hu ama aye hu ewo dia ekoso ewo Bawku no ase do sika no or say police military avert bloodbath in Bawku. Nti say anka bibi eyesi ewo Bawku. Bernard sa Bawku sebsemi e hya ase nyenne afibia ne de eba tumi nya no aduruma no enkoprekope si etumi anya afi wo mpo a yebetumi abre nase ama asomdwa tumi aba ma yetumi ayadwuma esanse ba de se yede nimu ase na eba yakuni pa 3 na teacher ni ekokuni amanfo tututu po ebinom eprepre didi ensem ho nyan na me dia na ha madwene kakra ne say ye kan nyina no ye interior minister if north ye defense minister if north na say still na ade no kwa na ekọ nanim say ya be na ne ye ne dey
me dase maminchia the two MPs, the Honorable Taylor B and Carlos Ahinkra, the man who was smoked out from Parliament or from contesting for Parliament.
By who?
Oh, by...
Well, you are not contesting.
Oh, he has been smoked out.
Oh.
By
if he did, I didn't say, Wenu, he's one of the courageous persons, despite the pressure.
Yeah.
Say, ma obia nko jina Bawumiachi and onuko jina Alanchiri Mantinchi.
Oh, sir.
Oh, yes.
And smoke me out.
Until they had to smoke him out because...
Who is they? Qualify the day.
Obakasa na onkasa.
Operationalize the day.
So on na wasam na walk.
They say they smoked him out.
Who is
they? Many on studio ha. They be ane a bomb payamano. But all of a sudden, Oshe say there is a cabal that wants to smoke out all the Alan supporters from going back to Parliament.
Sana uhunu.
And yes, sana me hunu. Sana na etie. Nti mo yes ano. Papa no who say, look, it's better say I should just call it quit. And to the shock of many, one day no Omoko fact nomination from one coffee. Aden or say nimnia now more planning against me. That's why I say they be ha. Now say vice president or to me fan phone. Now say vice president I'm a message. So yes you come the persons with no yama. Now say vice president embarrassed, not ashamed. I am embarrassed. Say two brothers cannot see eye to eye with each other. Bawku, a once bountiful town. Bawku was the pride virtually of the north. Owa Sankana, Owa Tapu. Now opese unko Bawku because unko Bawku now ba oya guy. See, Bawku is bounded by 3 countries. Niger, Burkina Faso, and Togo.
Oh, I see.
What you say? They are proximate. In fact, if you put cigar less than 10 minutes, Togo, Sankase. Togo. Yeah.
Togo is on the side.
Yes, Sankase. Less than 10 minutes from Pusiga.
Oh, okay. So Kulumu side.
We understand. So you can imagine, until we used to want to buy cheap clothing, motorbikes, and many other things. In fact, jeans is here by. It was easier getting them from the Sankasi side because, and the quality was even great. When we said they had duty-free countries, into Omokotoba, the duty was lower. Into Yetimiko Bawku, and Bawku will buy. In fact, they brought it to Bawku. They buy. Now yes, we are koto. They say, Uko Bawku eba, you are a guy. Bawku, in the whole country of Ghana, they had one of the best, in fact, the best, not one of the best, the best eye specialist clinic in Bawku. And nipa etimifi Accra, Eko Bawku to go and get their eyes cured. Business in Bawku was in a different realm. Na yan kora yesosa. We always yearn to be in Bawku. All of a sudden, chieftaincy ahinsem na Bawku ene ayepasa. On the 28th of December, na me Bawku 2023, which I do almost every year once I'm within jurisdiction. So me Ghana there. Now they are celebrating any festival. I joined the people. So I went to Bumpurugu on 27th. 28th na me Bawku for the Asamampede festival. Me could do Samampede and I got the opportunity to talk. I lamented. Said to say, oh, back Bawku town. Now Bawku town is circle. Okono, say motorbikes, that has been our mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Ubedru mile 7, you have to park the motorbike and walk all the way into Circle. That is what the young people or people who use motorbike are subjected to, because they fear say obetumi ata moto nechi na wakoye bibi basa basa na yentimi endi wechi. So say kwa koto a bro, one bag, you can imagine carrying it on your head from Circle to Mile 7 to go and put on your motorbike. So virtually every economic activity is gone down. In the entire Bawku, look at the financial institutions that were there because of the nature of business. Not bank biya wa Bawku. Sesia is only ADB. Commercial bank has moved. NIB has moved. As for the private banks, you don't expect them. Even state banks are moving. The only bank that is operational in Bawku is Agric Development Bank. Bawku, Sesia, say posting national service person, echo her. He prefers that you should keep your postings than for the person to go and do national service.
It's dangerous.
People who are police officers, when you post them to Bawku, they just start crying. Adena modeme echo Bawku. And so I feel totally embarrassed as a son of the North that this is the extent to which. But what is it about? Chieftaincy. Na Mamprusi, you've been chiefs. Then they come and say that Kusasis should control themselves. And it becomes an issue that we cannot sit down to solve. That is all. But even me, where I sit, and that I think that, look, we are over concentrating on the Mamprusi Kusasi thing. Is that going forward, maybe the Mamprusis will take off their hand from this chieftaincy, maybe. But the Kusasis themselves, if we don't begin to structure the chieftaincy and the rotation, and also at the Asembeba, Debbie. Because it is like Abrago, and possibly an Abrago. But the Kusasis are not just like that. They must have chieftaincy gates. So if you don't look at that thing, it will even create a future problem, because I have seen Nipa, they can come together and fight. Then when they are fighting among themselves, it becomes more catastrophic. What is happening in Bawku and Sweden? And near SC here the last time they say, all of a sudden, that is what is bringing this thing. Whatever suspicions the military had, now in the course of their work, they shot and killed 3 people. Now, they decided to protest to the military. Say, Yemanie, our husbands, you shot them without cause, leading to an escalation and suspicion. They are marching for protestation. In Mao, women, and then everywhere in Bawku was gunfire. So we should also look at the modus operandi of our security agencies and what they are doing. Because sometimes they inflame passions. Okay,
yeah.
It was unnecessary. In this time, there must be coordination of security. Now, what means smart national security? Say you are doing anti-terrorist surveillance. The national security leaves Accra. They enter a region without the notice of the Regional Security Council. The police are not aware. Now we say COVID. Who else can provide terrorist information to you than the citizens who knows the topography of Bedia or Mofino? You will come from Accra and go to a place and know the place more than the people who live there. What are you talking about? Then you say covert operation. When you go there, you have to link up. At least, the other security apparatus is no more. Because when you enter the one with the kind of car that you enter to Garu with, those cars are not common. So already, car no everybody wants to know where they are. Then you start moving suspiciously. Eventually. Now, Omoka say, oh, you have to say national security operatives and national security actions in the area has been known. It has brought confusion. Now, at the end of the day, they go and vandalize your vehicle because they wanted to see Niawumu. And Mubie car no muhu tuo. Mubie car no muhu box ewo ho. They want to know the content of the box. Then your officials say they don't want. Midnight. In fact, 5 days or 4 days after, then you send soldiers to go and beat people. And we went to Garutao. Garutao, the proper Garutao, is largely even MPP dominated. So the people that you went beating and arresting, it turned out that, oh, these are actually your party boys.
I remember some because
MPP before the Kobo.
Many of our could be
and yet Kandapa Osman Mose Omukobo. Did Kandapa not come to justify the action?
Don't speculate.
I'm not speculating. Kandapa justified it.
That's a security they let about Bonting.
Kandapa
Statements about Bonting.
Justifying it.
Say Honor Kazongobo.
I'm not justify it. So you see,
he's a minister. So come out.
And to say in our language, in your friends say Zanzanga Bini Nyawarum, onim Zanzanga. Zanzanga ya bat.
Bat. Okay.
When say a bat no, or say or per se on the engu on Yankopan. So until a yana were done in the tunnel to the top. Or near na abano so. So they thought that they were going to inflict harm on some people. They ended up inflicting harm on themselves.
No.
Oh, Mamen Kasa. Oh, Mamen Kasa.
Exactly.
Oh, Mamen Kasa. Oh, Mamen Kasa. Oh, Mamen Kasa. Oh, Mamen Kasa.
Diabolics.
Oh, Mamen Kasa.
No more Kasa by diabolics.
Because make us say we. Oh, now that's 4 days. So I shall say na me yo ni a oye me ya. Clearly the actions of the security personnel, look, in the crisis now it should be that of the former commander of ECOWAS, General Abnos Kwenu. So okay. Arnold Kwenu. Oko Liberia. Ekomok. They used to move. ECOMOC is not for peace, it's not for war, it's for peace. And eventually there was peace in Liberia. What prevents our security from adapting such a strategy said that the society will believe in them and have confidence in their capacity to restore peace. Now say the listing. The more you bring guns, the more we are encouraged to also go and look for guns. What you say? The more you bring guns to solve our problems, the more we are encouraged to go and bring guns. So the security must tone down. You don't use guns to bring about peace, so that they can reorientate themselves to bring about peace in Bawku. I am totally scandalized that my Mamprusi brothers, my Kosasi brothers, who used to live in peace, in complete harmony, and I'm wondering, when Mahama Yargane Papa had comfort to go and marry a Mamprusi woman. And many Kasai, Mahama Yarga,
between the two.
My mother comes from Mamprusi, my father comes from Kosasi. I am empty. Minko kumi mami fo, and I kumi papa fo. And there are many in that category. How do we do this?
Now, citizens Nankasa ya man for Nankasa. Don't know. What when you saw me in Yanom? As so good say, Yakwa, couldn't in a chino. You should have some video you want. So, what sees in an area? It's like a war zone.
Just say when you go into Bawku when they fight, you smell gunpowder, you smell bullets. When you are, the air is polluted with bullets scent. And guns now you use they are not ordinary guns. No, the military doesn't even have it, because we said.
Where do they get their training?
Because when you sit down here and you think that something happening in Libya, Ghana is not concerned, and France and Sarkozy can come and be dropping weapons to rebels to overthrow Gaddafi. When they finish and the Tuareg rebels take the guns and their war is finished, where will the guns go? So just imagine from Libya, it will enter to Mali, then Niger and Bawku, they share boundaries. Do you understand? So those things that you sit here and think that it doesn't matter. When Sarkozy and Co were doing their useless thing or with Libya.
Rocket launcher. Rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher.
You see, those things that they drop. Master, and you'll be surprised that they bought it at cheap because they are holding it. They don't need it any longer, and you are in need of it. Go around and then you gather them. The army doesn't have these kind of things, and yet we are happy to go and stand there with our.
So they have a launcher for this rocket.
These people, you don't know. Hey. So Bawku is terrible because one, I think that we have decided that the security will not operate in a manner to bring peace, and we think that we have gone into a war zone, so everything, there must be gunfire. You cannot use gunfire to succeed. Let us do the style of an Olkweno, that the army is not for war, the peace. Army is for peace. Then the citizens can begin to listen to us. I have no doubt that, look, this thing, whether you like it or not, our chiefs have control. The Mampusis are overlord by the Nairi. The Kusases are overlord by the Zuguran. The two of them, they have the solution to the problems that we are faced. And when the Nairi decide that this matter will end,
honorable. Bibi say no me normally they say me who bibi say
honorable
ahenkra me who bibi say ya ayana me hwe no wo domestic point of view ba me hwe no external amanone say Ghana na I say world country a enkofo ye nyama bi say egu ye hu fi egu ye ni mu ase then abane betumi aye abane tumi nya bibia e say I remember that bon sem semi asomjabo etra wo che bataba na ya me can say me last Saturday ba me san ka bi o say nipa ya kanifo a edi anim no so be bi no so ne ye betumi abo ama ye do be ye duri betumi so ama ye tuanya so be san say bra ye di nsam ne kitikiti wo no the regional minister was the late me referring DCCA no ye MP wo ahafo akuboda bra the late akuboda bra bra da bon ye di ho yire ye gidigidi no ye ni fi bono ahafo ade no kokko regional minister ho ama so bi to me by ama ho ye din ade na wo so say as government na tanya me egu ye ni mu ase anambwa honorable
ejama menchia wa no pe na menchia me nua kuma and my colleague from Parliament honorable friend saying so much
Udumase Krobo
and so many young
David yilo
so yilo manya po
no manya
okay you
say now you're lecturer. I'm now a lecturer, none is so bad yet. Me make a for do I say, and now we're framing now, you're cooking, no, I call you a boom. Only my boom. Normal one, no, Nankasa HP. Now the Gumna Charlie and Pessina that of it. Say, why MP? I don't know. Something.
The pressure does the pressure that it is on the pulse area. The routine on easy.
It's time now, yeah, lecturer. No, I used to like going to go for it.
MP no go be any be 1 week. No, sit here. But Minchia me tema West Force na menchia MPP fo nyina am say Saturday e be say wonte ya me bo amane say ye primary na say the medical kai last week no unfortunate say at this juncture experienced people be very what parliament no ankobiu nipa be 18 to 20 people ankobiu ni 138 and we 18 great free maker.
That's only from the MPP side, no.
Time one NDC for Koko ye primaries. nipa 15 pe out of 137 15 pe na am pass asoma make and hu you omo ab masa na esu junso go for akwa twa ehuro no SCP. Now they like to maintain experience and they like to have a hold, a stronger hold, and I say leadership. They have a leading, commanding role in Parliament. And I mean, no, can say, what if I tell you, I transfer how many times? Obviously, we need to be winning the primaries. Omo 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 4 times, and so by a while, first year for $400, 10 year first year for. One as I make almost 15 pe and anti and retain your seat. Almost Kenya pass here. Yeah, the answer never cap 18. At the form say,
I feel a primaries and
I feel a primaries na Nipa 120 yake. Mr. MPP delegate say you maintain experience of Parliament ebebre. Nsroma as much as possible. One more to Parliament and a parliamentarian say re-election. Nsroma musamra na emwa parliament adwuma ne ye kwesa akwa ma endis fo no go mo bre because mo nim mo edimu be hano na afi na ye di akiri esua de ba and yanu bia sebta fresh experience kakra second term I'm even chairman of a committee bra me brain because one more committee so from NDC akuku damne adidimfo any that kind of people now the committee na mutala was so ayene was so aveji was so Suleiman was so Amaboa was so Eric Hagan was so Adongo was so sa committee which is ahoto no be fane because omo nim ni omo ka anaso omo nim omo stuff. Sekobane say ya my experienced people now go Parliament back. That ko ye for because ye dey say democracy na dey tiase ya. Ye parliamentary party no bebre. It's just unfortunate say about to a point that penifoni bi ana say e kindifoni bi say o ma brandom na konyan beto na obi fura ba befa. But mama eno nye problem. Now already started 18 every week. Anka 120 na grab it me asan ba kra me kamani bejipa de kire say yema NDC for tembienya upper hand e wo parliament e ma party no ebre seriously aka na mesa ka bio say chairman sabozo free parliament ye bebre papa ye bebre seriously because we dey share ni see 138 kra ni nim die ni nyansa ni whatever or command on both sides and I holding up to this point na me nkasi enya obi ensinana because whether we like it or not say ejabi we ejabi ti ase ebenyo obi ensinana die and so the worth of experience papa we grab where are we going to bring it to as a way support our very position in Parliament. Yes, so banyansa for you, Bunny and Canasa. Mr. MPP delegates, Saturday ebe, as much as possible. Muma ye retain one more dadano. Na yema MPP parliamentary party no and Sudan and also a year of Parliament. Yeah,
yes, sir.
May come as soon. Na may be so very possible. Only penny for Ninkomo. Na dako. Mo pepani bia na won hin bi free boko no metra no nkire ne nti aboko mentime ho ase ne santo kwanto kwa wesi me badwen ho a menti ase e free say many free e a me started to say boko da bia conflict wo anyoda da bia sem foforo na asset witem din yaji he ohu ba bia tutu no free ba baby any party army cry one more conto when belong to but they know who they are supposed to fire na kika enti kwala nko school adwumayefo enkwadwuma ho a teacher for ye post to free a doctor for nurse for o mo nkwadwuma ho na sebe yesise kro ya wo de a na sentimo kwa ana mo mu asebuka. I think that somebody has to come and explain to us. Mentias yentimi hu se na mesia kasebe de afa. Ana me hu no de way a asem kro akokofa sa problem ba ye age long anti ne. Boko asomye ntimi ma ho. Na papa e kasa no se eyenuafo mienu. Ana say entokwa wo mtema gwagudu se. Na se nuafo ma me we. Won papa we. Se we ma bukura so bi di won ade. Into obi ntimi front on trust say there is no development in what you are doing. You ye na mfam funtu bi ama. Into mo make sure ana mo men yen trust dey anwen hu say se person puntu ba boko ade a ye person mabunu e wo boko anya ba bi gina etumi ko wanim se ne ayaga akoye law kura o have that be. No pay more of ayaga e wo mukrum ho. Na dey na ekosi na de bia kika hwe akoye wo tutu obeka se ya hye dey training no e Afghanistan. Why not to that bottom? Why wouldn't you? And I say, Mimi crew ni veteran I would to that bottom. Me de been free home, 2 to maybe Incompetence. Why wouldn't we want free crew back? A business as a baby, will be papa man prusi, none of papa kusasi. And this is a trouble kusasi and no trouble man prusi. But you and 7 women tiasi. Ye bam before, many me bo abaso. Because we are sure say no more and Bawku crew me bananka a shit to the ground. Men try and when I mean kasa mo nyaade. Well, e bet be abase once a while. Omo be fa ekwan bi so e bia na amfa kwam yi. But me say be na tibi bi say their presence has done a lot of good. So many one more they say so mo hokra bona hwene ekoso you. So many one mo dia bananka ye west. Na kakra me kaka wana se ni me kache babofo se mo mayempe intelligence officers both on every angle, both police, BNI and they from Zembu NIB omni bank the NIB ni dia Yoko your friend is saying military intelligence say your swasa go focus sisi dan kakra ka homo. No intelligent that we give before this thing. The first warning should be fired. No, they should know. So there's going to be fire somewhere. Shall some more catching say, oh, Bawku criminal to Mutusua. It's all parking by 5 miles away and Sanwaba. What kind of development are we looking for? Say Obi Airco market. Bawku's matters is a very big market bar.
International.
Croa a border on 3 friends saying countries. You can't do with it. Let's say Pagakra Adam for any Bawku. So why are we doing this to ourselves? Na ya bani moto yesi mamoto nkoho. Ni abani way. It is not. Why are the youth of Bawku rise up? Na monka say enough is enough. Yen peni masadi we nkoso de bia na hampa yen kanko hampa yebusuayem anasa hampa emma adisua enkofom. The youth must talk and then ni biaba social media and you guys come together and one day ask permission from the police and sit down on the friend saying in front of the Bawku palace and let the chieftain understand say any peace that we are not living here and we'll go on hunger strike. And then any pressure and you say be could cry ye triauka meme hunu or hinibia or so one day na konya na odie no every month bi no aban anas NGO bi anadona bi breno support me say konya me hu hinibia the subjects ebia bosumi aso yese enkranfo ho kru we nkoso kru the skaba so hin gina fadidi and then there was adie anti uba ko twitio so udi ku hunya ahini ni mo there's asking now better so and won't mean hwe na hotomba na oma enkan konkoso one more was called the omina ma basauto ebi ma okumase ebi ma onkran ebi okufori antakrade ena yen a yen ni bie no ye gya yen ma no atra boko sentokwa no ba ongongoko na nka memene wa agada ntokwa no beba obeka se menkoko beka se fa oba no bra no melidi ansa se oba no ka ho na me ma ne grenade launcher no baako na me sumi kura AK47 na ka se nyina emu nko ene wa bewu no wewu na wo de mo ma na ba begu nkran ha una wa beku ma se ya ena yen no ansa be ye nya ka sika kura mfemfa ka matamale ana de be ko bolga no yen ko ngoko boko mabunu momfa mo ho anhwen
do me da say honorable teller bi me ye kan ba bo ho asem nti no say ye kan okwan so ne be ya enko film passion but ye hwe say I can say there's some total mistrust between the citizen and the security agencies.
Yes.
GDA ni ho because for instance nansan ya omo ekọ asrafo ekobo emrantie yi mene obako di nkomotu mu say o se de omo ye omo kora no mo dwene ho a wo mante omonte ase obem so obako kora fa mu hwere ne nkwa enti bambofo a yenim se bi ombobo ye ho ban no ena I said de amanfo no de nipa na eso ombo mo ban no sa nipa kuriya na yese bibia sinti ya be bro omo saa yese nipa egbo mu tue papa bako ekobo no tuo ewo Bogatanga College of Education and I say yes ye bo no tuo kuni enti ese amahu abeka professionals a one more that area ni nyina yet man so I demonstration say the way a military ni namo so they treat you microphone so mo penti say man na wo so if friend say demonstration enu mu e dey choke po ni ma tete sa some mistrust na everything that me afio na tumi aboa ma anya hweka so mdwe tumi abakakra
ejagom na me dasi me chia me ni ano chia Ghana fo nyina wo hweye na meti hai va mi ra ho kakra because the mimi hu no my dream no our national security is failing us. National security omo failing because we share the fallout from the echoes of Bawku Oba voter region oti ohwe no ma ekoso a obo say no ma bibre akwese the okan say amanfo ni gidie e wo security agencies no because one wo ko ho a e say wo demonstrate say enye obi enti no ba wo ba wo Ghana for they are not there to protect some individuals. Womu Bama Sumdwe Abakrum. Now, me say if you look at your security services, no, from the past records near there. Me say anka womu wo enimdia womu tidimi solve such problems because me dwene ho am ntiase no kre say na say national security say almost say among the cost war your neighboring countries no eya aba
respele bagana
Ghana and na Bernard Kano no me be cost into the me bisa say if our national security is on top of what is happening over your borders no so me say that will inform our posture ewo baby a Bawku ni the other areas are normal cost because you see ene say the okay no national security eko bibia and as national security abaye bibia amount for any show off because security national security operative be pie wo area am sisi a ono abayi ni wedi akira amount for say waba ono yi ni wedi kire waba but that is not what it's supposed to be. Anything America say our security no fail because agenda need the what are they supposed to be doing? Are we are they there to encourage the people to live in peace? And now say I mean they won't call with predetermined BBC because I'm on for also the least provocation also akututu e wo hono. Now there's no indication say nkrofo no so na eba omo so the recent one no. Because boys now say ekumu omo say no omo say they were not wielding guns, they were not doing anything. And when they say ekumu omo I don't know what information omo kra ansa na omo ko shoot omo. Na say ko ebi say na say omo 10 and say dey who say omo ni security operatives no and e kuntokwa say because they don't trust them when they see them around. Omo fo say bia mo ba be chi omo ana say then because omo say omo hu mo na omo start ebi no mo dwane. Omo to say okay so enye bibi boni na ya identity na odwane. But the fact is that the across war other places informs the way I'm conformably reacting towards the security people. And the other say national security operatives no they must sit up. Honorable Kandapa, say akakakra. They need to do something about the situation. Now, emotions, see, emotional, intelligence must come to play in this because already, the people are jittery. Almost slow. Who be omu? Onim se ni nua ebe boni tua because we share the omu create video is here. Ushia nipa tete to create you. You wouldn't know say or you're one of the people who can kill. And I say obi obetime tutu no kra. And it will be very difficult. We need to deploy serious intelligence. And that is what is failing us. Because nobody will know because they say who answer na ekoso. If we are taking it serious, into when the back stops with the government, Abaye Watson, Abaye must take this serious. Those security needs civilians altercation is becoming too much. And I'm citing the course will tea. We see cocoa something. A two to akobem car or mako shika. Ama Timemfo a demonstration. You pay win more. Now we the course you say. It a course to some extent, no. Soldiers now had deploy Mako from no because in my estimating, they are not being given the proper briefing, when they are getting frustrated, when they get confused, and then they start to decide to behave in ways that say the best solve problem. No, government must take this thing serious. National security must take it serious. The National Security Council, no, they must take what is going on very, very, very serious. Because you see, say you are share and so on one. Others, anyone who be Jim. You share the course when Niger, Burkina, need the rest. Say you are share the year. Who share 2 hours more? Baby, I don't think they free South and Echo. The course was what do you call it? Sahara. Yes, that's right. And it and no crown no. Dear, say ma, security no. It take you the north no very, very serious.
There was a time when my national security minister Bekan said, "Woman who some unusual movement of people be a war." Bolga, Bawku, Mpotemo, people be so. And I also say jihadists for us for so. A mere tetisan or mopeshe, quiet mune, be possible near my tetisan.
And the entity America say because of those movements, woman can say woman so species near there. And I say woman from Intel, I'm Ukraine, as I say, yes, so you're making sure say there's peace in those surrounding areas. Say the nobody will be encouraged to go and solicit for some help. Because said okay no I'm telling you one go who to IBA Ghana government trying to be procure thousands of pieces of that ubehuna individuals kwakra na individuals kwakra go nya he spill over because we ma drop guns e wo Niger Burkina ni its surroundings no say I call rebels inside we ma ya wo ni baby odboko. There was a time Obi can say oni baby aye ton those AK-47 ni ade e wo ho no. Bon, na ni nyina no media de make say aban must take this issue seriously, because I suspect, say one, our security may not be on top, and because of that, those they deploy and also they don't give them proper briefing, and it, when they get frustrated, then almost they act in ways that ever asunje and ember. And national security must sit. The National Security Council must sit up and take the issue, of our security more seriously than we are seeing now.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Let me just say, when you say you can penny for in 80 or more share, said they be a bamboo between a course or more share now, or money will be information is in the doors, and you know, the between a kind of job.
Yeah, of course.
It be a very sensitive party. Yet the be better. I mean, you said, Repamuno, say, but who be here say a council at appropriate time, you back near to me. Brian Gra, I am a Sikari that also mean second trend in Abba. Say, Moka Sanka November. November, I can say November 1st. Say, and November between at the month of November until one look of power, say, first week in November. Naga communicators see a trouble. I don't say November, never born at November Tremama, December Tremama. I feel Ansana, yes, say ever. Yes, I said, we're going.
So, Nasaja Corral say, I mean, Sissy said, Massa. Mina more flow. Mina more platform.
Mammy, you must see me.
Me must say me tea.
Oh, let me see me. You must see me.
Muka Munipa when you raise who's it? I'm on the platform. Mina me grab platform.
Mammy, you must see me.
But I come on more serious. I mean, Ghana has turned the corner. To repeat and I reiterate the words of the president, and I think that. Important say bema ye man for atiase say baby a ye hu anase ye akakogina sese no enye boapayo anase enye by chance nneuma bi na asisi na babedu sa stage we na ye de na ke ya adwen sen ke quiet. Me sure say what time I am me by finance minister be can be deputies be can be yenuanum MPP for kukuda omunim economics mu kakra be can be send here IMF na ma catch us IMF na ekoe no ni nyina free papa we in the party for and ma ekoe IMF last week me chirem na bia bi mu antintima sa chirem bi so kwaje besia ewu bruni wa bruni bisa se bisa me ma no obeyden watua tie ni ye o se meton sensu meton su we ya process e beba na se ske be free obegina be tua ka no bruni assessment no he sensu no ade ayeto process na wa calculation ade ahunza be kan o se o kere me de besia na ma je na process ba de tua meka say na ya from President friend is saying time, Rollins time, Kufuor time. Bonds are any loser, send lose you need to show how you pay the money. Your last 1 year, anye ye. Niende ende kwa kutua ye e-levy. Wabani uo krom ha. Ya nyene num yesi ye. Ya di e-levy ko parliament. Many animal bastardizing, demonizing. Ama nipa nyina hunu se. Enya de ya de pada ntima Ghana phone so. Ye kai no kra mamenyintum se education ye de 211 so no across board ya ankoyi ene de betiase. Say finance ministry e kwa na se government fa so kire na so man crofo te ho anse no amanasa e kai time I talked us about 2007 no. The way Banre Dumu a year who di who commodity no crap in parliament no omampene. Yeah, former president John Mama and some of crime or hands at no hiring a dusu and some of crime or hands at no. Chese. Now all Kaka Kusi and I'm bringing out number about 2009.
Then they were hands at
oh. Mama Chow, how do I do so? Sebema mobile phone a use wiring. Na se o kasakra kasake kedi taxwa enya de pa kasa bibri. President John Mama or see President Kufuor are putting a lot of effort. I hear fiber optics. I did by internet. Internet, young boys use any use. Yeah, they talk to us better so every man credit number by internet grab. In your hazard, I can show you the hazard. And someone more kind baby. Internet in Africa just like, oh, anyway, the end is for by 2009 will be trim. Open number 2009 will increase. What up, I heard me say, yeah, an unlikely events NDC winning election. Na somba bemwa, ile via on so pay. Which is on between. They will increase it. And then no mark me where Ghana for no munchon to baby. If on the unlikely events the NDC vote to be winning election about 2025 and whenever they want to come out. Levy, me say on 2. Because it's a source of income to the government. It's not a source of income to Oforiatta and I say President Kufuor. No. Sikayeji they dey bo man no. And the abrafo say sa last tranche of Sika Mabeji mo ede no motia. Say the levy for froba levy. Obi abeye mumu bia no obetua tax e wo so. Enti ye calculation na eye tunya be 640 million. I tumi tua ka no interest ni bia say okay. And ye calculation e fine ti no. Mo nyam process e se boye na ye mfenko. Ampani empom by Parliamentary. So when you see Bernard Munyina a demonstration upon demonstration. Yeah, my levy and me answer it net two. And abroad we say it be first came. A one credit industry agency a downgrading. Downgrading and more boy business that across a credit card mature infant to be a Jessica. And a dear baby, I say IMF. Ninyaska Ubitria. Ye live, you know. How many years in years? Half year. Oh, I feel me no criminal. And see, Yentia, see it here. They say, and nay, he live is a Mayano. Sankia started and command son and Kekon, sir, and IMF. I never make a son until never chance say, IMF na a coin, you call for a purpose to have to sustain your debts and your foreign debts there one. Because my review say, Yaje Bessia, every amanone. Business in dollars. In the here dollar near the Tiaka back, Tio. Now dollar near here the Tiaka back, and as a genetic can free baby near the Bakutia. Baby genetic can free the Bakutia, no, last tranche, no. And go for saying, and this is for saying, I am a phone. Last one, 11. Almost said, Mampia, just a Macosa can be surprised. Mampia actually a head of the economic management team. Only how come better a cuckoo so a war piece of I'm on a Quabsefa can eat in Como. I'm asked if I beside and say, Your Excellency, you say ye levy. Who the same? I know you are Dr. Baumia de Mayan, actually say, or no dear. Ye levy no, Bibi Saba. It will affect the poor because one more and sa momo no or mo yepa. And see if the head of the economic management team or what bemu eka say ye momo nese betetia ebe high here near into no de ususu say bia nya why then do you come and blame other one chance say yom ye me say video no crowd unti say David Jacob just abote baby ari enko na fa no enya sa de tie number 1 time wa Kwame ye your friend say you about me sa interview na you know sa stage way and as any new stage ye beje ye de 11 e ba be ye tax for 11 so tio and I don't think say Obeki started in the capacity as a vice president. I don't know. It was an interview granted those times.
He was vice president.
He was vice president. It was vice president. Okay. I don't. My memory has actually failed me on that one. But the most important thing is say, as at that time, he was making an emphatic statement. Say, 11, sorry, Momo tax, no.
Momo tax. Yeah.
Yeah, the better swa because your friend is saying. And just say omonkwana mo ye peasants nso ye bi nso no ebe affect wo enjo nka don kwa nke nse nke ye ampani ampa ye de 11 ni buy no ye ma threshold just to cushion these people sabi obi a oye 11 akwa sani mumu oye se peasants na make ya on fan do mo bi so on fan to credit to the foes no what's any 20 Ghana cedis and at 50 Ghana cedis ye ma threshold. And this came to support Papano and so I didn't who say Yempese be affected here for too much. but as one make men taking it lightly. Say it to me, 11 take care of the way I take care of a nay, and then if you go into the statistics, you see how much tax and I say levy generate on Momo, your revenue mobilization. It will mabu you. Now, the sad time, you know, I decided say, if I see the Momo tax ban. And Anka Bapa winning in Crawford, Basanian, no ye no. Me say, Anka Yenya Bessiano, I'm a uncle IMF. By May, be that as in May, Yako IMF. Yeah, IMF never call you no seven fracture are affecting in so many ways. Number one, your social intervention programs in Aya, so yeah, what is a free SHS your trip? What is your friend saying? NHS is a good. What is it? Is a training allowance? You see in tribute. What is it? Friends, and nursing training allowance in tribute. Ye are still maintaining all the social intervention. All one more time, I'm call IMF. Without COVID, without Ukraine, Russia. Teacher training allowance. President Mama because own tia one and I'm to the moon to the freeze. No, the bad day. Huh? Open Tiana then and all this year name. You don't know this year name. So to your in your kinds of the same or you can't say, meet you to no pamun to me, and I'm conforming to two. Say ye, meet you to no pamun to me, and I'm conforming to no. Yeah, by ye, I missed the big crisis that time, Ghanaian, Russia, Ukrainian COVID. But we are still maintaining your social intervention programs. And even lip crapo, I am more. Your young Nippon be about account. Captation grant, Nina Cosso. All time in Guye. I want you to understand, sir. So be jump because and I say something never 200 and I say remember, I'm telling you, the World Bank is here. In fact, World Bank country director and a crowd then be your kind. So you say your problem facing in no a President Mama time any agreements almost inside take opinion at the other yes you $1 billion a year free of charge. Power you produce you take you and take you I know a car you bonk most of us say take off maybe sir David Kwesi most of us say Kabina say Kwabra me na me no wa pass and say me no na din komo no one so one say dey kan dey to so mienu yes I take opinion yes I know yes I'm my yes I'm my yes I'm my I just want to give you me say me money information me say me element is assign take or pay agreement bia because you buy no of course generation capacity there nyame child the time in their desperate moments are desperation be am na do so that assume 5 years no how you imagine say baby ebonya light we so nya light de ba ingene o kazo light fabra o kazo light fabra eyo enyo so fabra the whole of this West Africa sub-region your power for a DNC baby while some places are 9 cents per kilowatt hour, no, or you need them 16. Say excess power. You excess power. There's a power near one. A door so a change here. Why then do we go and sign another agreement? I am generation Korea. Yeah, okay. And I make a choice. MTA Minister for Energy Ministry, Minister of Information. But let's assume without admitting it was a true. And then you be free me. One tier na so glibeka say we do ne because ifiaka. And na so ya gas ya ne ka. One ne ka. Enti ya da say one ka kra ya mo besia. Obi adeka. And it's about the car. Now decides over to power my lighter. So no so na juma na o ya jet na shemu so che na juma fa. And na what one dey na ma na dey no uncha ne ka. And also what to dey boa. Enti papa we dey be bad ka cho so no will be now there is what a creditor. Na wa for dey no. Enti no say the car. Enti na we so ba. Sa na be na. Free Kwame Nkrumah ya dey kasa. Nya dey ba be JCC. E ka no dey e bebo every as a competition. A bobo carsa about one and any baby, papa, and she be able to will ever be to Canada. Oh, so we never meet one with him, sir. What have you been something? I'm going to make your time.
Yes, even we can say there seems to be there seems to be say bibia what the bibia problem wo nyina mo dey shey be say I dey we na my way I dey we everything moon take responsibility say e bia yanso yamfom so bia ye o baby nti na e bia ma we aba bibia mo nya bibi de hye
kobra me no ka say debi me no ka say ma chew e free because an effect bibi na ma BBC ma chew say e11 no senka boy mu anya ne omuye na nke take of the way I take of ne ya I am a kienko because en kenan ke di kwa kotua service anaka
okay say
and say jana but because of your credit rating into no Abrofono still are not having us on a money market. We cannot go there because you will grade beer. You sustainable. Debt sustainable. But the man knows you. Now make sure say MPP for Yantesa. We don't always say we will be there. When it's our fault, we say it. But what yes, I'm a catch. Say finance ministry, education on the tool. A friend is saying, e-levies, they did not do well. And the my problem in start here. Okay. And my problem in start here. But I know say mummy anu nya na mo ye me boa. Oh, kwabra say equalize it. Jabote. Develop your say when they don't have any business doing what they did. Okay, the reason being that ye nyina ye o man adwuma ye book mine. It is ye dey na dey abo mine na. Won fetch them me say. Me da say. That no dey alaba be me da say. Honorable.
Me da say. Em say me come Ghana for ati ene say Ghana ye problem ye woni nyina no if you say abai we embarking on bibi aye ka no amom to borrow them reckless borrowing abusia no bebia ofuyata beti say sike bia wo hono bia no akwakoje bebia without recourse to its effect say betime tuawo say ntime tuawo ene your IMF not because of e-levy it is because now you ntua hwe opa projection omo ye no say you benya 4 million what do you call it no 4 billion IMF what do you call it extra e-levy sorry e-levy on can no e-levy on can say 4 billion. Yes, say you started from 6.9 billion. That was 4 billion annually. Debt restructuring here car yet ntimi car yet ntimi ntua ntino yesi mo ebusu biom no Europe nunkwa ye $13 billion 13 what billion dollars Europe nunkwa interest I also no interest etia any loan na kasa no sa 4 billion we have Ghana cedis so we $13 billion and also annually we benya 4 billion we dey for redenominate way to dollar na say we bet we tia sa aka we ana and it no we mo fasa we do so we catch them say ba we do so we mo phone kamecha wasie nyesa ade meba say yebeka amonfo a we mo twitwa aban na mu ewo taxes mu ni ade a anka ye wo mo eja kwamra ukai esla energy sector levy ama ene ya bia ye wo tama omonpanyi who say ya power crisis mu ya spending sika ya bobosia e dia expanding production capacity
by periban okay
omonpanyi Mahama who say the visionary Mahama who say you share your population growth the energy commission one estimation every year the demand for power no increase by 10%. But we share President Kufuor buy one for bian count. President Mills buy no when for bian count and sana ofimu. And I call crisis.
What's the President Kufuor for bian count?
No for bian count. We down oh hey onia anka buida no kwa because the credit name Professor Mills. Hey, share. Wọ́n fọ́ fi àǹkà wọn ebe do time President Mahama buy. President Mahama buy no. He told Ghanaians one to say problem na e wo no. On treating it to say Nigeria be no. Obe fix it problem no. He told Ghanaians
take or pay.
Say we will fix it. And then you know he went out of his way to make sure say you increase your production, generating capacity. Now also we say take or pay. Master, Kwabena, the point is say one be produce power no. One here for the Christmas. One be a businessman. One be a businessman. Now every businessman be here guarantee. Say power here me be produce. Many antiasie and I say there should be an agreement. Say me producer ubeto and say about me produce because you to me store and then akosomo to me operating the full capacity. You can't store it, and it will go waste. And you have to guarantee, say, what do you call it? The producer, Ubeto. Now it is everywhere. If you go to America, it is there. But in those countries, take or pay. Say, you see, take or pay. Nobody will come and invest in the power sector because. Say producer only guarantee say you better oba bebe obeye anything any dey omu fa to one and say you can what do you call it womu aka tax ho asem a womu ba ma be ye different thing na MPP for minua o kai ku me preko VAT buy no who say di ba wo ho okay. Nobody, what did they do about it? ESLA, energy sector levy. Can they work on no? You see, you GG to and look around 5 years. After 5 years, I mean, in the act, you see, there's a sunset clause. Say, you sue 5 years. Eddie Cano. Now, you guy amount for her with that levy, One buy and then not one mama to Kakao. One must extend it. I'm for that the Akwaji Bosnia. It's an energy sector, you're brave because you're this canon so. Yes, you see, and Franco Yeno, you can cheer, you produce power, you can cheer, open Chiamoka.
But the
Minister, Papa, your two way. Open Chiamoka, it's a nano, a cabubro, the go anything that we started to do, Ghanaian. Say, Doomson started. Oh, and then it treated me, there's no explanation. Only 7 years, and 8 years. No, let me see. All of the 7 years. Oh, and the whole of the 7 years. And then it's 3 days. Oh, there were 5 years. Oh, look, and of what you go, maybe fact you go. Maybe Mamma born in there are those times. Emma say no. Look, yesterday production. Me factory no. Now the dollar was 4 cedis. And then dollar no 12 cedis. It do be 12 years no, you can't even go and buy.
But there was no power in the dollar 4 cedis. There was no power.
There was no power.
There was no power. How are you talking about? You are not producing.
No. I am not producing now because I cannot buy. Now, because you have become less competitive. Then you have become less competitive in the market because if you beton now what's $6 $4 cedis. Now go ton 12 cities the next time around. How can you be in
that 24 hours 419? Papa do a production.
No, because of mismanagement, what they mismanagement.
There's one producer. There's no management 24 hours.
The people say Ghana 40 as you say. You call IMF not because NDC4 and supporting e-levy. It is because Operator led by Operator ne Akufo-Addo ni Mahmoud Bawumia they omo catch Ghana for say wo de ye bobusia wo ba wo bobusia no wo mu abobusia ma Ghana ye timi tua for the first time pensioners look ye nyina akan pensioners nyina wo mutika wo de akoto bonds wo si oh omudi mo hwe omoto mo drone kakra no aban for the first time what the haircut that fiti say wo what try Ghana di amam governance eti Ghana what the haircut that enye na say na what the haircut say ye udi usika ko to bank obenya interest mu no na say de ukwa ye tisu da obenya usika no kra onim da obenya usika no kra no onim. Ghana, the average, life expectancy Ghana is about 63, 64. On the average, Obianya 60 years. Or the pension, akwako to aka share bone say me dey to medro kakra. Abanya ba say me ntua oka musika no interest no me ntua o capital no so me kwa amount. Na me dey amount udi 80 something years na me dey amount. Udi akwako man wasama no. Is because one, they embark on reckless borrowing. Because of somebody's interest. Because of the bank do and the private and Carlos or Kase MPP IMF enye no kure Ghana fo enye no kure eye busia tantan na o ma bo no eno ena ma yakọ now eno echi nyina o say wo ma call IMF ni ade ni we nyina no hwi enkoso minua nanu mitie Professor Bopi mi re ho me ho o say this government is embarking on robbery wo mo rob Ghana fo because for the first time in the history of this country and top power these are the people who want to see taxation. We will move from taxation to production because Baumia to borrow Baumia say you tax the people out of business and then the theory no proponing the hypocrisy of these people and then and then who top power 30 cedis. We bet you about 15 cedis also. 15% also.
Oh, don't mislead the people.
Yes,
50%. Yeah, what threshold? Yeah, what threshold?
And I make from 30 cedis, 30 what do you call it? Now we
have a lifeline. Yeah, 30 cedis.
Lifeline. 30 cedis.
30
kilo. Sorry, 30 kVA. First, no me bow. First, no lifeline here 50. What about 30? Me bow na 30 no. Unim million. Also Bob we mienu e wo fie na also fan half e kan ho 30 kVA no e ko
for how long?
I'm telling you
for how long?
Me say also two also
that for how long? One day
30 cities be say one more use prepaid I mean, no, let's be honest with ourselves.
No, but
you see the when you educating the people, let me tell you something. The reason why they are not telling the people the truth. Let's be honest. You see, among for bread. Now, but now can say Bibia Koya. Oh yeah. What they are only no. Feeling sorry because people are suffering. People are suffering as we speak now.
We suffer in the man.
Anything, Minia. Say, Ghana for betia. A my way, baby, they are do. They are confused. They don't know what to do. As I speak, anything, can you imagine? Say, and then over that is happy. Say, yeah, be my $600 million. $600 million. $600 million.
Yes, sir.
Master, I hear the COVID. What's your almost COVID? I hear the COVID brain. I'm going to solve a problem. COVID. Cash, I hear 3 billion. The COVID brought that money free to us. What did we use that money for?
Okay.
And the bottom line is that we have a government made up of very incompetent, economic management team led by Baumia. Now, who say I am going to say Baumia on Kabibia by economy. On just what answer of Ebano. No, Ubuna or Tabela on the platform. no I call my lecture don't lecture even
ebi obesha say
from next month mark my words
30 seconds
just to remind me and say you call IMF and you call IMF for China Ghana for 8 years
now one of my
when the fundamentals
you took us there.
When the fundamentals are wrong,
are weak.
They were weak.
The
exchange rate was exposed. Three, we are moving from what taxation
to production.
Because when you tax, you have that cyclical poverty. You overtax the people, and the people become overburdened. And today we are taxing electricity.
Okay.
If we don't take care, they will start taxing water.
Medasi.
We are hospital. They remember what's in the tax.
Bernard, I come here say $600 million eBay. I say you boy say you two humbi because you two humati I say yenya bibia ye hwe kwase ensabe can be like achievement ka se bi na tete sa sana say ye no ye tumi nya bibi nsesa niema an konko ba say sabe la so la lai ye sresra de sesa are we not capable of doing something extraordinary be me fi so how we mu
we enungwase economy ni ye enungwase nkwa na ye de fa Ghana so na say for 24 minutes Aminia Carlos Ahinkra or the Kasai na me tie
who your timekeeper
na me hwe me time 24 minutes o pese on jai no krampa o se da bi ma onu nkwa ankasa on pese obi ankasa bi
tebe kira se papa mi
anya Carlos yi and 88 other MPs.
One kakra.
Na Carlos you and 88 other MPs so. And omoka say ken for that ama ma Ghana for yaw. O ma twantra anye se omontwa. Na Ghana economic problems no. Enye COVID-19 any Russia Ukraine and e dey buy.
Wona kaza.
O apia kubi. Your
coming ankasa.
Sa na mo kan ye kwabna se o kai sa interview
so
apia kubi sa na kan ye na Carlos eta na chi Ken must go because Ken is simply an underperformer. Sa Ken no ene uti studio ha ena o ka se wa ye asempa because odia
memo okay but
because
odia stand the corner
because odia ko IMF here ono ankasa oka se yenko ene yenka ochina na yan ye ka se omo amoka se onko IMF no omo nigidie emfa oman Ghana so because we are the black star, the shining star of Africa.
So we are proud nation.
We will not go to the IMF today. Or say you call IMF and the dire consequences at the beba. And net yako IMF. Carlos and Chirechiremu, those dire consequences now. You are here touting what achievements. What are the dire consequences? Any IMF inti, ena obichebe lamte interchange, enunti na yajai kwano yano. Any IMF inti, Carlos, efi o constituency, ebedru Junction Mall, baby out no. Ediba Labadi Beach Road no. All the way to Accra Central, kwano omajai ejumaye. So, because of IMF, government of Ghana has virtually terminated international contracts. So what you international contract and our contract you have suspended. No, do you know the ramifications? Contract breach. Into judgment debts, no, you bet ya. Into IMF eba will be content with judgment debts that we have to settle. This cannot be economic magic. We and a friend of economic witchcraft. What you say? We are witchcraft. Enti beye and a modi area economy. No. When you are not spending, you come and start touting that inflation is coming down. How will inflation go up when young people don't get employment? Moan Amaka say the young people will not get employment. Because you have gone to IMF. One of the dire consequences is that majority of the young people, Kwabena, check the number of interns that come here. You think they are going to get a job anywhere? So these young people that you are producing and letting them go, it has full ramification for our economy. 2023. Nanka say we should get, even with going to IMF, Nka say yanya $1.2 million. And yes, sir. No, 1.2 billion. In 2023.
Yeah.
First tranche of 600 million. Second tranche of 600 million. This was money supposed to be used in 2023. You failed to get the 600 million to make 1.2 billion in 2023. I didn't know because poor, you went and cooked figures. And yes, sir, and you polish your books at the core. And IMF catch them and said, Abio, Muko Sisi, Munioma. Oh, Mamen Kasa. Oh, Mamen Kasa. Oh, Mamen Kasa. So you went there, the IMF told you that, look, you have not secured your international creditors agreement.
Yeah.
So don't come and lie to us. Domestic debt exchange, you did not complete it the way you said you were going to complete it.
Yeah.
These are cooked figures. And I'm the core. So they opened the books and realized that they're big mania. So 2023 is Kanamba. You are getting that money in 2024. It means that what you were supposed to spend it in 2023, you are in arrears. In Timoko Akojis, you are just coming to put it there.
Yeah. Speculation.
Oh, no.
How is that speculation?
Speculation. But go ahead. You have
Governor?
Yeah.
And na say on the Adriane. Right. And Obidiuka. Until when the Adriane and no when the Ochina Obetimi Asababe. So you have to go and find ways to save yourself. Until Unya Wasikana, you simply go and plug the gap. It's not any money that is coming to do anything extraordinary. Because what it was supposed to be spent on, we have done. So, look, say monumental failure, catastrophe, you cannot escape Kenofodata. Papa no abong wapro. Onim shi, ni onim say anytime na kope bisia, na ono ni companies eno ono ankasa omo yeye na Ghana ye form. This is not the person that can lead us out of this. And that is why I support Carlos Ahenkura. Any the entire majority omobeji tum say ye jai Kenofodata. One show ye intro ya Carlos Ebetina TV so ene ochano sa na de bia mo betwantro thinking that you can lie yourself out of the woods. So evidently we have not achieved anything. We have simply gone to borrow more money. Another 600 million has come to add to Ghana's debt. So what achievements have we made that we have to be clapping? Nakeno Forata. One of the stories is that Kenofodata praises himself.
Hey, for what?
For securing 600 million.
What?
That you were supposed to secure 2023. You are now securing in 2024.
So don't come deputy minister so mo ye Jumadin like Jumadin no mo ye ntia o
No,
mutimi e pepper so madri.
Enti
Trigger 550 million from World Bank for budgetary support.
Ningina say besia.
I trigger 550 million from World Bank.
What is the proud Ghana that we had?
Let's see.
Where you are going through your teeth during your time. You are going recklessly.
Now, Oka e-levy asem. Carlos. Say e-levy enti ena say yanko IMF. Na mo say anye e-levy a. Ye be call IMF. Enya sa. Ye e-levy. Mo di akọ IMF.
Mo say no.
Tie me.
Who your demonstration say no.
Ye demonstrations. Mo anje ntum you still did e-levy.
Yes.
After doing e-levy, you went to the World Bank. IMF. If you are not people without shame, when you were going to the IMF, you should have withdrawn the e-levy. Because no catch there and say e-levy or IMF. Now it is both, and still we are in this mess. So you are stealing money from people's mobile money, their wallets.
Yes.
At the same time, we are still at the IMF. What kind of group of people are this? No shame.
Catch you. No shame. So Uja showing in Amanua and some of Becano.
But 24 minutes.
Oh, and 24 minutes. Say, as for the economy and its state, as long as Ken Ofori-Atta continue to be Minister for Finance,
and Bawumia heads the
nothing should be expected. After all, Carlos and Ku told us, Ken Ofori-Atta is a disaster.
Okay.
Carlos, you know something.
Last week, one topic, so need some agreement. But unfortunately, let me say, time is very limited.
One minute.
And I own say, Julius Malema Ebaga.
Okay. They make somebody can come about say delegates or making sure say maintaining as much as possible old hands say by your experience of parliament ebejire. Me say case so say obi aba be catch you say on the Dr. Bawumia on between adwuma Dr. Benzo Nankwa oboa. Me know say Dr. Bawumia is in full support. Senka ye maintaining as much as possible experience not a Juma Parliament in Kutru. Say the papa will join car say on one support Bawumia you. Bawumia is even giving people help to go. Because he is the only person who can get us out of.
Are you the host now?
Are
you the host now?
No, woman Okra Green Pen. Papa, he doesn't have the final say. So final say that he will prove to you, say.
Who has the final say?
There is this article.
And he will bring up people who come. OTA acceptance speech, no, exposition. Or say, no technocrats. Or be on board. He is not a typical politician like me and Bernard.
Maybe Mao, become a percent. What can I say?
No can me no can me.
There's nothing you can do for me.
My prince over my 10 minutes. Yeah, come on, someone Ghana have because the man's knowledge and his intellect will take us out of this problem.
That's it. Bernard, now so can we be?
Me say, Ochina, everyone non do it 2 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Non do it.
No, 2 o'clock.
No,
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Na Julius Malema or Babe Kasa.
Okay. Me who na advert to be crowd on social media.
Yes, I was the College of Surgeons. But all Babe see anopano as soon as o see from the plane. You don't know air or chair President Kufo.
Okay.
Na yaba John Mama fee.
Okay.
If you John Mama, near Vice President ho.
Okay.
And son Yabeko Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. If you are now fina yeduni koni dine obeda.
Okay.
Now our course is home. Now we did we are then we go for the program. Yeah, we are. Then we'll have an hour of exclusive time for the media.
Okay.
Now money so Edin Komo. We have invited everybody. Me ankasa and Amede Krata Edema Salam.
Okay.
Mustafa, is it Salam Mustafa of the New Patriotic Party,
okay,
and all the other youth organizers of the various political parties. Mianka Sana Mede Krata
now say
yeah, quick one. There's an attempt to take Dr. Bawumia out of the quagmire, the economic quagmire. The rot I won't see here.
Uncle Julius Malema said, Malema some the Oka, yeah,
better me catch it Ghana. Nana Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, catch it and say, or two and if you are Ghana, you know, or Bank of Ghana, and who said, Papa do a horn, Zapapano, and a boy, President Kufo, and money subsidy, and Nintin Wako Fana Bano, Nana Akufo-Addo, the economics in the Unim, Nane de Pakwan. ye jifu ni ye kamafo ni de oba be stop ye economic problems no any Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and odi ne baye ene no economy no na ji ampansam no dollar na obehia no na tete bosia na yabo na so ye kom ni ade nyina enti se wo so wo yi no fi mo enye
ye me da ase
enye ye ono amanya eba godu ono
enye ono
me da ase
enye ono ade tama what happened in Ghana well he able to solve the problem
obi the message by say ayi me mbisa honorable Carlos Ayenkwa say da ben and now Mampenia be the actually 170 questions on the man. They be Satan.
Answer.
Oh, I don't quite answer that. You see, but Bakacha from February. From February, watch Mahmoud Bawumia, our president was Ghana 2025. They started the lecture. Well, that lecture was about 2016. The same thing, and he's going to make Ghanaians understand where we are going, and how we are going to end.
We are going to fix it.
Na enano pay ye dey aseda e ma special so no special drink be so akọ e dey ama this way be akọ so dey ama need for 40 liter be kwan mommy for seda ma say traditional high school omo je kwada SHS 1 2 and 3 one more our campuses all over Ghana from 0244 696911 and 020 100 020 1004 and what new force for some countries said they are bringing a new face of Ghana. Omo the Ghana baby sonkokra a new force for no. Omo so mo bag gidi pa anya sanketwa kra with visionary leadership and leadership adwen amanfo ho and leadership abadwen leaders no nko ho. Na no achi so omo say omo omo university challenge na omo select 10 universities with 10 topics. So 10 topics no wo abebo homode obu pa no obenya 1 million Ghana cedis. Until new force me kan cha wo say achia na so emu yi wo mo ba abesesa ne amani kura nti nyina so ye atwen wo mo anopai ye the happy birthday mo chia pa LPM wo chia ka ne ya ma mo happy birthday eko ediama Bernard Konto BOD class of 96 wa woda nne enti Bernard Konto happy birthday for now for any ebusuafo ni nyina ho
let me take advantage in fact me penyin bi efimu na ye be see no weekend
okay
or yeah one of the elders
and we may take advantage
or yeah one of the elders of the Manya traditional council
okay
a friend of elder Bacha
weekend ni ochinsu for your home
that's it
ye be fast akwa so mama
everybody
okay
okay ye be ba
okay abeta
ti
ochinsu we me fast akwa me fa shop am ochinsu he so weekend no your home coming no invite him some go di baby na menchia na nasium he na opuzu happen o frame
okwankwa
na ngoma ko nti onye ready e nwa na
okay ye be sia o che Nyankopon ya adoma Adekye Nsroma beba yakra mu nyina